Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing another K-drama video. Yay! I feel like I haven't done this in a while. I think the last one was back in Korea, and I feel like I haven't done a general talking video in a while on my podcast. I feel like the last ones have been mainly focused on yes style, I believe. So yeah, it's kind of hot right now, but my undershirt is kind of like embarrassing because it's like just pajamas. So I decided to just put this crew neck on. Yes, it's that weather again where it's getting really, really cold. I'm gonna be honest, if I seem a little bit low energy today, it's because I am honestly not having the best day ever. Like, I was doing smart music the entire day, which is essentially just like practicing flute, and you have to submit it, and it's just such a headache because it's just so hard, it's just so difficult, and I keep messing up, and it really messes with my self-esteem. But don't worry guys, I always got confidence. But yeah, it's been really difficult, and I've been doing that for the literal entire day except for eating and my short 1.5-hour nap that I had. Girl, who is texting me? Oh my god, and my friend keeps going like, oh my god, I submitted a 95. I'm so bad at it. Like, girl, are you for real? BFFR. Like, I'm gonna ignore the text because they're just annoying at this point. Okay, anyway, let's start with the K-dramas. Okay, I've been kind of like building up my K-drama list. It's super long right now. I don't even know I'll be able to fit this in one video, but the very first one we're gonna talk about is King's Affection. And it feels like it's been forever since I've watched this. But I watched this in Korea, and I finished it like right before I left Korea, so it's definitely been a while. So if I seem a little bit rusty on all of the details, that is why. But I still wanted to talk about it because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a K-drama review. Sorry. Yeah, so as you guys know, I had a Pagunbin phase, like, you know, from Woo, and I was on a mission to watch basically all of the K-dramas that she was in. Obviously, I didn't get to complete that mission, and obviously, I only wanted to watch the ones that I was truly interested in. So yes, firstly, King's Affection was a very popular historical K-drama, and as you guys know, historical K-dramas are not really my thing, but I did watch another historical K-drama. I think the only historical K-drama I've truly watched is Mr. Queen, and I didn't finish that. Also, it's more of like a fusion historical K-drama, which means it's mixed in with modern aspects as well as the past, like the Joseon. So firstly, I honestly did not like it that much because I was not for the main ship. I was for the second lead and the female lead. So it was really difficult to watch in that aspect. And I don't know, just something about the main lead I don't know. Nothing against Loan, but his character Jung-jian, I'm sorry, I'm looking up the names because I forgot everything. But Jung-jian, something about him rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I watched it for Park Eun-bin, and low-key, I would have literally quit in the middle if it wasn't for her. Because I just didn't like the male lead, and literally you could not ask me why. I just don't know. I just didn't like him. So let's talk about that love triangle. So how the love triangle works is there's Pagunbin, she's technically a guy, but really she's a girl. Like, she is a girl, however, when she was young, she was basically swapped with the king, and that's just how her life began, and now she's a king. But these two leads kind of, like, one of them does know that she's a girl. I don't know if that's a spoiler. But I am for the ship where the second lead, the one where basically he does know she's a girl. I don't know, I just really like that ship. But it turns out they're cousins. So maybe not. But I just like the way they look together. That's all I'm for. I'm not for cousins. No. Anyway, I personally really shipped Loon, so Jung-jian, and then Cheon's friend. And Cheon's friend, like Cheon as in like her character is Do Ha-kyung. Girl, I don't even know her name. I just call them by their real life names. Anyway, her friend is like this very like almost perfect. In the British world, I would say she's Kate because she's just like a perfect wife, you could say. And I really ship them together. And it's just so frustrating how someone who claims to be the royal tutor, which is pretty a high position, I would say. I mean, if you're tutoring the king, I would say that's pretty smart. It's just so frustrating how his character, Chung Ji-eun, just is so clueless about her and, like, how he feels, how she feels. Oh, it's just so frustrating. By the way, I'm gonna refer to the king as she and her because, I don't know, it's just simpler that way, because if I keep saying he, then it gets confusing who I'm talking about. Like, the way that he doesn't connect the dots and figures out that he's, or she's, sorry, I'm gonna say she, that she's Tommy, like, come on, man. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but it was really frustrating to see that he didn't understand, and I was just like, bro, just when is it time? When are you gonna figure it out? And eventually he does figure it out, but that's, like, really later on in the show, so that frustration really built up. Yeah. So cousins, that's not okay. I honestly didn't even know they were cousins up until I think maybe like the last episode. I don't know why. Like, she literally calls him 형님, which is basically how you refer to as like an older cousin, you could say. And I just didn't catch that, I guess. I guess I didn't want to accept it, but that's the case. So it makes me a little bit more iffy on it, but that's the case. And this show is quite brutal. Like, there are parts where it's really, really slow and I really had to skip most of it. But there are parts where it's, like, really action-like. And I'm not really one for action. I don't really find it entertaining. I find it more hard to watch. There's this part when Challen gets murdered. And Challen is... Challen is, like, Ihyun? Like, they have... I'm just gonna refer to him as the cousin. Like, the second late cousin. Okay, yeah. When the cousin gets murdered... And don't worry, because he lives. But it was really confusing, because I thought he died, but he lives. I don't know, something about the show is just very confusing. And maybe it was because most of the time I was playing Spider Solitaire with it. So I wasn't really, like, focusing on the show in itself. Maybe I should have. That's where my Spider Solitaire addiction started. Literally, I can show you guys. My history for this thing is crazy, because I've done 225 games. I love how I just pull it up and it's just there. I've done 225 games in September. And that's only the games I've won. So the games I've lost, like, it's crazy. It's an addiction, and I know. What does that account to? Then that means I win at least. Here, 220 divided by 30. 7 games. Oh my god. I'm serious, guys. It's so serious. Oh, by the way, I just released my new premiere for my website, and it's kind of ironic because I should be feeling really, really happy that I've released my new website. I'm literally at 99.9k subscribers, yet I feel like crap right now. But that's just life, you know? Like, I've been feeling a little bit too happy the last few days, which is really sad to say, because like, who just thinks that? Like, when they're happy, they're like, oh, something sad is about to happen, you know? Anyway, let's go back to the K-drama. Yeah, overall, the show itself, I feel like it was very cringe, especially between the main lead and then the female lead. But I love Park Eun-bin, and I had to continue with the show. And I don't know, I feel like the main reason why I don't like Rowan's character is because he's a little too perfect. Like, there is no character flaw. And for me, I believe that there should be a character flaw in every character. Otherwise, it's unrealistic. And it's a little bit too hopeful in a sense that who is perfect? Like, someone needs flaws. Maybe his flaw is that he's stupid, but that's a terrible flaw. And overall, it's quite a slow K-drama, as I wrote here. And there's this part where essentially the king, like the guy who's actually a girl, she and Cheon have like a thing going on because they're kind of like arranged marriage. And her character, it's like cute, but sometimes it's a little bit over the top. She acts a little bit too head over heels for him, or her, I guess you could say. And I don't know, it was really sad when she realized that she didn't technically like her, because I don't know, that part was a little bit ugh, because she tried so hard to make the king like her, however it never worked, and turns out she's a girl. So like, it could, yeah, anyway. I kind of feel bad for her. And then there's this male servant, basically you could say, that serves the king, and he is so cute. Like he's like definitely the comedic relief. Oh my god, I cannot talk. He's definitely the comedic relief of the show, and I really really like his character. Very fun. And they're like the two caretakers, you could say, of the king. I love their duo. Their chemistry is just unmatched, and it's just very funny. And I feel like the hard thing about watching historical K-dramas, from me just not understanding that they were literally cousins, not catching like the clues, I guess, because I'm not much of a history person. I don't really know much about Korean history in this sense, I guess. Some people are really, really interested in history, but that is not me. And the one of the hard things is that they all kind of look the same, especially the dudes, because they're all kind of wearing the same thing. They're all wearing the same hanbok. They all talk the same. They've basically all got the same personality, so it's difficult to tell who's who. And like people are dying left and right, but I guess what's new in the K-drama world? Yeah, I kind of breezed through that. I feel like I could have added more details if I was, into the show at the moment, but literally I feel like the last time I've updated this was, I don't even know when I finished this. Like I said, when I left Korea. But is it worth watching? I feel like if you like both of the characters, like I guess the actors and the actresses, if you like both Park Eun-bin and Loon, definitely worth watching. And I feel like they had a good idea of what the plot was supposed to be like, but it was very slow. And how many episodes was this? 20 episodes. Yes, there was a lot of episodes, and they really, really dragged it out. And literally the only reason why I was continuing was for Park Eun-bin and her visuals. Because even as a guy, oh my god, is she pretty. Yeah. And like the last two episodes, I don't know why I didn't write this down, honestly. Huh. Maybe it wasn't the show. But like the last two episodes was... Oh, no. This is another show that I'm talking about. Where the last two episodes, it's like really, really romancy, and suddenly it's like a different genre of K-drama. That's not this. That's not this K-drama. Oh my god, my bangs look so fragmented. It's okay, it looks fine. I'm gonna put my lip balm on. Because when you play flute, you can't really put lip balm on. Otherwise, it gets really sticky and gross. I've been using this very well. You know, the glitter lip balm. I like it. Okay, and then in the last K-drama review, I talked about today's Webtoon. However, I wanted to make a part 2 of that because I didn't get to finish it, and I was, I think, in the middle of watching that. And that show ended like last week, and it didn't really feel like the end for some reason. I think there were only like a couple of episodes, so I didn't really get to feel that ending. I just watched it like it was a new episode rather than feeling it like, oh, this is the last episode. And I feel like because of that, because I didn't realize that it was the last episode, they could have ended it better. But let's just start from the middle. Yes. So as I wrote here, it says starting from episode 7. So pretty much halfway of the show. How many episodes does this have? Let me just go on there. Oh. Usually I use like Asian Wiki for all of the K-drama information of each show. Right now it's kind of acting up. Oh, never mind, it's working fine. Today's Webtoon. I know this show kind of flopped, is what people were saying, even though they had a lot of good characters, starting from Kim Sejong to, you know, the guy literally from King's Affection too, the second male lead. He's so cute. I love his characters. There's like Daniel Che. I don't know what else he was in, but he's very popular. Anyway, and then there's Nam Yoon-soo, like I talked about, from the King's Affection, and I don't know, there's quite a few from, I don't know, maybe it's just them. Other ones I actually haven't seen in the K-drama scene too much. Daniel Che. Oh my gosh, he looks like a totally different guy. Wow. He's in It's Okay. Oh, he's in It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Wait, what character did he play? I'm curious now. I need to stop doing this in the middle of every K-drama review. Being driven. Oh, he's the guy that asked for the pen. Remember? And It's Okay Not to Be Okay. And Ko Moon-young's like, okay, sure, I can take a picture with you. And then the main lead gets jealous. You guys, It's Okay Not to Be Okay will forever be my favorite K-drama, and nobody can top that. Anyway, Starting from episode 7, I really, really feel bad for, the old Webtoon artist. That guy is really, really nice. I feel like he deserves the entire world. For someone who's that successful and humble, it's quite difficult, but he does that. Anyway, there's this assistant, and he's like he's now in his mid-age, and he realizes that his greatest potential is only to be an assistant rather than making his own comics, because he just fails and fails and fails, and he just really has low self-esteem, and he jokes around that he is forever going to be unsuccessful. And I really feel bad for him because it just hits differently. Like, he just seems like a really great person, but more like the wrong timing in the wrong place, like bad luck essentially. Like, in another world, he could have been successful, but he can't really accomplish that, I feel like. Yeah, and I felt that until he sabotaged the other assistant. That was pretty shallow, but I don't know. I still feel bad for him, so I feel like that's kind of justified, but not really. I feel like sometimes your emotions get really strong and you can't even control what you're doing. I feel like that's what he was facing. And you might be like, oh my god, why are you like defending him? But like, come on, his situation is just really sad. And even though sabotaging another Webtoon artist is just not okay, I feel like we've all had those moments where jealousy takes the better of us and just we do unspeakable things. And, oh yeah. Yes, there's the odd Webtoon artist, the one, what is his name? Like the one that makes the Phoebe comics. Oh yeah, Shinderuk. How could I forget that name? Shinderuk, he is like a really odd person essentially. Like, he's introduced as this really weird guy living in his own world. But honestly, I just feel like he needs some therapy. Like, I kind of feel bad for him in the way that he still deals with his troubled trauma from the past as he was a child. And he still carries that to this day. And that really influences his day-to-day life, his relationships with other people, which is barely none. And I feel like he just needs therapy, but I feel like no one is really offering that, I guess. Anyway, he is a really odd guy. However, his words are really, really real. Like, he's so real for that. The way he says that words manifest themselves, so when he's talking about the other assistants that only likes to devalue himself, makes jokes about his unsuccessful self, that is going to manifest in itself. And if you keep saying that you're not going to be unsuccessful, that's what's going to happen to you. And I feel like that really, really resonated with me because it's so true. Like, that is going to happen. And initially, I thought it was kind of like a immature, lighthearted, like a webtoon K-drama until it came to the assistant part. And I feel like bits of it is definitely like a slice of life kind of K-drama. And if you are wondering what a slice of life K-drama is, it's when it shows, like, it depicts reality in a really deep sense and it makes the show relatable, essentially, is how it is. And that part was just really deep, and I feel like for someone who's facing the same situation where they aren't really achieving success the way they thought they would be, I feel like this could be really important to them, and this K-drama would really be valuable, I guess you could say. Yeah, and so we get into more of the show, and honestly, I stopped taking notes after this because I was just, like, not in it, but literally, near the end, I didn't really take notes. The way she has 3 love interests I hate love triangles, and I don't even know what to call this, like a love rectangle? What do you call it when there's 3 love interests? Okay, firstly, the first thing is her colleague. This is who I ship it with and who she eventually kind of gets with. And the colleague is so cute. Oh my god, you guys know, even from Kings of Action, he's such a cute character. And the part when he's like lovesick for her, oh, just so cute. I really, really like him. And I feel like the part about his sister dying, that part was so underdeveloped. They really never got to the point of that. And it was just kind of introduced and people were like, oh, come on, why do you have to relate that back to the character and create tensions between the coworkers, like him and his boss? But like, honestly, that never really resolved it itself, so that was kind of weird. I don't know if that was just cut out or originally they had it, but from like the People review, they cut it out. I don't know, but they kind of stopped. And that's who I ship him with, or her with. And then the next one is the webtoon artist that made Phoebe, Shinderuk. And oh my god, his glow up really shocked me. I think this is like in the last episode, or maybe the second last episode. But he was odd, but like, I don't know, he definitely had a character development. And the part with his mom, I don't know, I really like that part as well. And at first I was just like, oh, she's such a gold digger, only reaching back to her son when she's famous, probably rich, and things like that. But it's a little bit more to that. I don't want to spoil their relationship, but it's really deep. So that part is definitely worth watching. And then the last one is the literal boss. I just did not vibe with it. The way he looks at her is not, it's not weird in any way, because technically that's literally the plot of Business Proposal, but I don't know. I just, if she got with him, which is pretty unrealistic, like her getting with the webtoon artist and the boss, pretty realistic. Oh my god, I can't talk. But yeah, I just really don't like that, and I feel like she's too good for all of them. But that's the case. And also, she is also kind of one of those characters where they don't have a character flaw. I mean, I guess the character flaw is like when she was doing judo, and oh my god, you can see my covers because I didn't organize it after my nap. It's fine, whatever. Anyway, yeah. The part where she's doing judo and she just doesn't want to go back to it anymore, that part maybe is her character flaw. But she's kind of too good. Like, she's just very optimistic. She's very innovative. Like, she's kind of got it all. Like, very... Yeah, she's got it all. That is basically everything I talked about. But I feel like there's more I can talk about. Maybe, like, the different characters. Yes, the Bulme artist. I feel like her and the colleague could also go together. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for her because she's kind of alone in her own world. All she does is make comics, or sorry, like webtoons. And I feel like there's a lot of different illustrators that are shown in the show, but their characters are not fully developed. And that's something that's quite unfortunate, because I would like to see each of their stories too. But for such a short show, it's quite relatable, or it's quite understandable, sorry, not relatable. And the part where the younger sister of Baum is literally the, you know, the YouTube star that basically critiques different webtoons, it's so obvious. The way she talks, literally the shape of her mouth is pretty unique too. How did Baum not notice that it was literally her sister? I don't know. I talked about it with my sister, being like, how does she not notice? And my sister was like, well, maybe she didn't notice. By the way, she ships Baum with Shinderyuk, the webtoon artist. So I was like, that's weird. Anyway, that is essentially all. How many episodes? 16. Okay, you know what? It could be worse. And I know this is like derived from another show. I think it was like a Japanese show or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, a sleeper hit? Is that what it's called? It's a 2016. Oh, yeah, here. Character used to be a contender for the Olympic judo team, but she now works at a weekly manga magazine, and she learns about editing from senior editor, and then she becomes fascinated with the edition world, including talking with manga writers, discovering new manga writers, and efforts to reprint manga books. The publishing industry is going through a turbulent time due to ebooks. That's kind of ironic in the sense that the K-drama version of this is literally, you know, about... Was it successful in Japan? I wonder. Yeah, it's kind of ironic, don't you think? Because they were literally talking about publishing physical books to save, you know, like, actual drawings. Now I want to see the teaser. Let's see this. The office space looks very familiar. I wonder if they tried to kind of like recreate that. And I don't know, the boss, they both have glasses. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. Why does it look so low quality when it's from 2016? I don't know. Now I'm wondering, was this a popular show? If the TV rating is 8%, is that good? Because today's webtoon rating is really, really bad. Like, people were not interested in it. Anyway, let's go back. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the next one, which is Rookie Historian. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post. Let me scroll. Let's scroll. Allow me to scroll. It's one where I'm like, it's a selfie, and then in the back, there's this K-drama. And you guys had to figure out which one it was. And everyone guessed the wrong thing. But it was Rookie Historian. The answer was that. I was watching Rookie Historian. This was when I came back to Canada, so relatively new, but not really. I don't know, it feels like even far away because today's Webtoon, that ended a week ago, but, you know, Rookie Historian, I finished that in like 3 days because I was just so excited to watch it. Right now, I'm in a bit of a K-drama break because it's back to school and it's like, got so many different assignments and I don't have time for watching K-dramas. Like, even if I were to start it, it would just distract me from my other ones, like other assignments. So, and I also have to sign for like university early applications and it's just such a headache. Urgh. Okay, let's go into Rookie Historian. So, after like The King's Affection, I wanted to get into more historical K-dramas. By the way, this is in the order of what I watched or what I started, I guess. Today was Webtoon, even though if that ended late, that's kind of like the order of when I watched it. So I asked my sister for recommendations because, as we all know, she's much informative on K-dramas over me. Anyway, I started watching it mainly because the two main characters were Shin Se-kyung and Chaonu. She gave me a long list, but I decided to choose this one because of Shin Se-kyung. I really, really like her acting. Also, she's really pretty. And Chaonu, I don't know, I feel like it's worth watching if it's a popular show always. So this one was much easier to understand compared to The King's Affection because it's more of a fusion K-drama, like I mentioned. It's definitely got a lot of modern aspects. The way they talk is definitely more modern. I don't know, their attitudes are more modern. And the plotline is just more lighthearted, definitely, compared to The King's Affection. And it's called Fusion Sakuk. Sakuk is like historical K-drama, so just keep that in mind. However, some parts of it is a little bit unrealistic because it's unrealistic in the fact that the main character is Shin Se-kyung. She's a woman. It's quite unrealistic that she's going to say all of those things without being literally murdered back in the day, because for a woman to say such things, even though she's like in a high position and her brother's rich or whatnot, it's quite unrealistic for her to just say whatever she wants to say. Like, even in this modern world, you can't just say whatever you want to say, you know? The fact that she does that is quite, you know, it's quite, I keep saying unrealistic, but that's the case it is. And even though she's like a quite noble character, she's quite up there, she's not like poor or anything, so maybe that's the case, but I don't know. Let's search up, what's this show called again? Rookie Historian, yep. Okay. Rookie Historian. Oh yeah. There's a lot of characters that you'll see that are very familiar. So obviously the two main characters, very familiar faces. A lot of the guys you'll be like, oh, I've seen him somewhere from that. Honestly, I cannot remember their names, but a lot of them you'll be able to notice right away. And like one of the fellow historians, the basically cold and really, really rich one, she was in like, you know, Yumi Cells. Like, she's been in a lot of things. So yeah, that is that. I feel like this one lady, I think she was the queen in this. She's been in like Itaewon Class, Vincenzo. I feel like I've seen her somewhere. There's a Pride and Prejudice K-drama? No way. K-drama. Huh. Wow. A rookie joins a team of prosecutors and investigators to fight for the poor and weak, but it's not the first time that she's met her boss. Is it actually based on? Because it's about like criminal affairs. How would that have to do with Pride and Prejudice? I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to it. Yeah. Yes, everyone really, really liked the character, like the main character that Chaonu's played. However, I just thought he was kind of innocent but clingy. Like, everyone likes him because he's innocent and cute and very smiley. However, he's just very clingy. And maybe that's because, you know, he's only lived in the castle for his entire life, only talking with like a max of 5 people, and they're all kind of his servants. Maybe that's why, but he's just kind of funny to see in the sense that he's literally had no social relationships, and I can tell. We can tell. Yeah. I'm trying to decode what I said here. I said, IDKY, everyone was mad at Haeryong, which is the female lead, when Irene was getting married. So Irene is the prince, because she was acting cool. Let's be real, she knows it's not going to work out. He's a prince and she's somewhat of a noble, but not princess level. She tends to be quite blank and not really express her emotions publicly, and that's totally okay. No need to shame her, oh my gosh. Oh yes, this is when I started reading the comments on Drama Cool. Yes, I watched this on Drama Cool. But yeah, I started reading comments and I kind of got influenced, because before I did not check the comments at all. Sorry, I'm gonna have to brush my bangs out. Yeah, I didn't check the comments at all, but now I kind of do, because I feel like it's interesting, and now that I know that there are comments down there, I have to know other people's opinions as well. Oh yes, and everyone was mad at the female lead because the prince was getting married and she was kind of distancing herself away. But like, it's realistic that she's distancing herself when someone she kind of likes is getting married. Like, is that not how it works usually? Are you guys gonna like butt yourselves in there and try to act more closer than you usually are? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm not a hater of Uno at all. Like, he's really good looking, and like, obviously he is usually doing the same role, and I feel like that is something that needs to change. Like, he's so, I don't know if he's like the best actor. He's definitely not the best actor, but he's like mid at acting. Let's be real, the reason why he gets casted for these is because he's like a really good looking guy, but the way he like intently stares at the girl every time she does something is really, really annoying, and like, it's just like very intense to the point where it's very unnatural. Like, he's like, and his eyes are really big too, so that contributes to it. Anyway, if seen replays in romance K-dramas, specifically historical K-dramas were a thing, I would really, really, like, if they were illegal, I would like that, because it just makes me cringe every time. And it has to do the slow motion with like the music, of course. Sorry, my earphones are a little bit, oh, never mind, they're so straight. Oh, NVM. I need water. I drank all my water. So when I'm playing flute, I drank that entire cup plus ice with it. And girl, I had to play, go to the bathroom, play, go to the bathroom. Anyway. I said the ending was so unexpected, but I like that. If there was something that wasn't a happy ending with them together, that would have been out of the blue and just odd. Oh, it was expected. Okay. I thought I said unexpected. Yeah, it was very expected. I'm sure you can expect it too, what's happening. I'm not going to tell you directly, but if you watch a show, you would kind of predict what the ending would be like. But I really like the fact that there was a happy ending. You guys know I really like happy K-dramas with happy viewpoints, even if it's to the point where it's unrealistic, because let's save the sad stuff for reality. That really, really showcases me today, because today's a sad day. Oh, okay, wait. I'm gonna check up on my premiere and see if anyone commented, just so that I can comment back and I'm early. I really like that thumbnail. I feel like I filmed it well. And my outfit, I really tried hard. You can tell, but it's pretty. I like it. I literally have 99.9K. Oh my god, this is so crazy. Wait, let's see what the update is. Sorry, I know this has nothing to do with K-dramas, but this is so amusing. Oh, 99971. So we've got 30 more people to subscribe. And then I get my silver button. Crazy. Okay, there are 2 comments that I didn't reply to, so I reply back to them, and let's get back into it. Yes, that's all I wrote for Rookie Historian, but generally I do recommend this K-drama. Oh, I should rate these. Yes. Yes. King's Affection? 4 out of 10. I'm so sorry, but I just did not enjoy it that much. Today's Webtoon? 8.5 out of 10. Rookie Historian? 7 point out of 10. Okay, let's go back into like rating them. Okay, and then the next one that I watched is Irene's show. I think it's called like Red Velvet Irene's work and holiday show. Wait, let me search it up. Irene's work and holiday. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I did not finish this because it was a little bit dry. Like, I really enjoyed some of the parts, but a lot of the parts were kind of just, it felt like really boring vlogs almost. And I feel like it would have been better if she got to show a little bit more of her personality rather than like the holiday aspect of it. Like, how many episodes does it have? 8 episodes, really? I feel like I watched like up until episode 7 or 6. So I watched most of it, so I can say something about it. It's not that much. It's just like very chill and relaxing. So if you're looking for something more of like a healing K-drama that just you want to watch with no true intentions of it, yeah. Played it with Solitaire, my new obsession, as you guys know, and half of it is just her and her team laughing her ass off. I feel like it would have been more enjoyable if she was with her members. I feel like the Red Velvet members only popped up in there like once or twice, but otherwise it was with her staff, and that's kind of that. And I know that Revel Up season 5 is coming soon. The teaser, wait, did it come out? Oh my god, wait, let me check. I'm so excited because my childhood was with these Level Up series. Maybe not childhood because the other ones were literally released in like, you know, 2018. But I don't know, I just remember in like junior high I used to just watch those during lunch break, during like recess. Oh, it's not out yet? Level Up Project season 5. They go to Jeju-do for this. Oh, episode 1 is out. Someone uploaded on YouTube. Okay, I'll watch that later, and maybe it'll be in the next K-drama review, even though technically it's not really a K-drama. How did they get this? Oh, from Wave? Yay! It uploaded a day ago. Yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like I would enjoy this more. Okay, let me rate Irene's show out of 10. I'm gonna give it... It's not bad. It's just kind of like... It's just kind of there, you know? It's like... It's fun, but it's not entirely. So maybe I'll give it like a... I love Irene though. 6.5 out of 10. Oh my god, who is texting me? Oh, someone has bad news. She goes, I have bad news. Okay. It's kind of scary. We're gonna go on to the next show, and hopefully this bad news is nothing bad. Because when she says it's bad news, my friend, it's usually something that impacts me too. Anyway, the next thing is Nothing to Lose. So again, I started watching this because of Pagunbin, and I'm pretty sure this has an alternate title as well. Let me search it up on Asian Wiki. Nothing to Lose. I've tried watching another K-drama that has her. It's about like this baseball team thing. I don't know. Yeah, I tried watching it, but it's so boring, and I have literally no interest in baseball sort of things, so I just didn't even try. Here, Nothing to Lose K-drama. It's also called Judge versus Judge. Oh, yes. So it's about judges, and I was actually very surprised to know that Park Eun-bin was in 2 judge stories, or K-dramas. Why did I say stories? Huh. Why is it like this? I tried searching it, and the keyboard goes opposite. It goes, oh my god, that's so weird. Okay, anyway. Oh. I can't wait to wash my face. I haven't washed my face in a bit, which is kind of gross if you think about it, but it's okay. It's been sanitary because I've been crying, so it kind of washes off all the bacteria. Anyway, yes, it's called Judge versus Judge, and I don't know, there's... The other title is Nothing to Lose. I don't know why it's called that. If you like if you like law dramas with a bit of mystery, this is definitely for you, because the mystery that takes place in here is basically that her brother was falsely accused of a crime, and the mystery that kind of goes on is, you know, who killed the actual person, who actually killed the girl, because we all know it's not the older brother, or was it? That's kind of like the plot. It's very interesting. Honestly, it's very stressful. So if you like stress-inducing K-dramas, go for it. It's also got a heck of a lot of episodes. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. This is how it works. So there's 35-minute K-dramas. Like each episode is 35 minutes, and then 2 episodes are released per day. So technically there's 16 episodes, but technically at the same time there's 32 episodes. So that's kind of how it works. There's not that many episodes now that I think about it, sorry. Yeah, and the first episode started off really, really well. I was very enjoying it, thoroughly enjoying it, even though I'm not the biggest law K-drama fan. I did really like it, and the comedy is really, really well planned out. And the main reason why I decided to watch this K-drama over all of the other Park and Bin K-dramas was because the part where she's kind of like in a train, and then she's like, yeah, I don't know, I don't feel like doing murder today, but maybe I will. And it refers to, I don't feel like doing a murder court case, but everyone else around her in the train thinks that it's about murder. And it's just like a really funny scene. And that comedic relief is really, really good in the first episode. I feel like they really poured their heart into the first episode and then forgot about the rest, because the rest of it is not up to par compared to the first episode. And the main reason why I probably will rate this a little bit lower than other K-dramas is probably because I really don't like the romance between the main ships. So there is a love triangle yet again. So the love triangle consists of the main female lead, which is Park Eun-bin, and her character name is Lee Jung-ju, and then the male lead, who eventually gets with the girl, because obviously in what K-drama world does she get with the second lead, except for like Love Alarm? I don't know. The main lead is Cha Lee-hyun, and like he's a judge, and then another guy is Do Han-jun, and the 2 dudes are like besties, but I don't know. I feel like Do Han-jun is more of like a, how do I explain it? More like a childhood friend rather than a romantic relationship. And he really, really makes it known that he likes her. Like, literally every time he speaks out of his mouth, he has to always talk about him liking her. And it's just so annoying, so cringy. But I don't know what's worse, the main lead or the second lead. I've never had a situation where I hate both of them. Like, I would rather be her independent and single and solo, but life doesn't work out the way you want it to, so that's how it works. And I don't know, the main lead, he's also one of those characters where he's like cold and he has no character flaw and he's just cool like that. He thinks he's better than everyone else because he's like a cool judge and all, even though the main character is also a judge. Oh wait, not judge. Or yes, judge. Why did I say not judge? I was confusing it with attorney. Anyway, they're both judges. They're all judges. There's basically no attorneys in this K-drama, unless you count like the unimportant people. Anyway, the way the main dude literally wears his robe, he does it in this very dramatic way. It makes it seem like he's better than everyone else. And it's just so cringy. Like, bro, you don't have to do all that, you know? And everyone critiques the script, saying it's very lame and kind of doesn't make sense. And initially I was like, well, that's the beauty of it. It's like a very kind of like a lighthearted K-drama initially, and then it gets into really deep stuff. It kind of like changes around, and then some parts are like really lacking. There's a lot of plot holes and a lot of parts where it's confusing, not just for me. I know I always get confused by K-dramas, but it's not just me this time. But that's kind of like the beauty of it. It's kind of all over the place. I don't know how to explain it. Later on, I definitely do not like how the script writers write it, because they kind of just throw in information rather than focusing on details and parts where each scenes should be connected to one another, but they're not really. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the entire topic of the K-drama is regarding like sexual abuse, and although it isn't entirely explicit until they get into maybe like episode 30 or 29 or something like that, it does make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So if that doesn't make you feel comfortable, definitely don't watch it. But otherwise, it should be fine. It's not very explicit in any way, but the main topic is about that and how the criminal talks about it, how the judges talk about it. It's quite prominent in the K-drama. It's just really disgusting though. Like, just the fact that these things happen. I will give you warning. Like, it literally gave me goosebumps of how disgusting this is, but it does show reality because that's what reality is. There are people that are this disgusting, and you can't avoid that. But if that does make you uncomfortable, don't watch it. Don't watch it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just putting on hand cream. Okay, so then we get into more of the serious stuff, like I said, of how the brother's case, like, the brother dies. How did he die again? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I remember. But anyway, he's dead. Yeah, you should watch the K-drama if you want to know. And basically the second lead gets accused of basically killing the girl. By the way, the girl in itself is quite unimportant. The girl's death, however, is very important because they're trying to figure out who killed the girl. And the second lead literally gets accused of it, and I was so convinced. Everyone was convinced. Everyone, I mean by that is like everyone in the comments. It was very convincing. However, I will let you decide if that's real or not because I don't want to spoil it, but he was accused at one point. So he's one of the, what do you say? Suspects, you could say? Yeah. Yes. He's just really the second male lead. He just crosses the line one too many times. He just tries so hard to like Jungju, or for Jungju to like him back, but it just doesn't work out. And I feel like he should give up, but he never really does. So that's the thing. I don't like people like that. You should know your boundaries. And it's not like I'm saying that he crosses the boundaries, but he kind of does, in my humble opinion. And he knows that she will never like her, but he has that one twinge of hope. And I just don't like that. Yeah. And I just really don't like the K-drama romances in the back. Yeah. Huh, that's really ironic because here I said, the professor is so nice and seems so trustworthy. Yeah, so about that, the professor is the second male lead's mom, and she's kind of like the mother figure for the main character, the female main character, because I think her mom died and she has like another mom now, but the professor, she's always had her back, and she's kind of the reason why she became a judge, and it's very inspirational. However, there's a part where she's also a suspect, so I'll leave that up to you as well. And I feel like I was quite disappointed at the main character, the female lead, because initially, like I said in the first episode, she was a girl boss. She literally just said what she wanted to say, and it was just very inspirational for someone like a young female character to become a judge, which is pretty unrealistic because if you're at that age, for both the female and the male character, it doesn't even matter about genders, but the age, for them to be judges at that age is quite unrealistic, but that's just the way I am. I feel like that's quite 1 in a million, but the way that their entire team consists of that is kind of weird. Anyway, the female main character, I keep saying female male, that doesn't even make sense. Female main character, she kind of, I don't know, progresses in the wrong way. Like, her bad gassness, her confidence kind of downgrades every time she does something. Because initially, like I said, she was this girl boss, but then she just kind of acts like the typical female main character, being weak, needing a guy around her, and I just don't like that. I feel like she could have been the way she is. And the reason why I like K-dramas, like It's Okay Not to Be Okay, is because the female lead never changes. She's just continuously the girl boss, and even though she gets with the guy, that doesn't really impact her personality. She's still a girl boss. She still says what she wants to say, and that never changes. So I do definitely like K-dramas where that is the case. For this one, I took a lot of notes, like more than usual. I think it was because most of the time, like literally me watching the K-drama was like, stop, literally stop, skip. But for some reason I couldn't skip a lot of it. I was just like watching with cringe. Yeah. Anyway, she acts like she can't like take care of herself, which is not really her problem. But the fact that there's like two guys surrounding her and they low-key get a little bit competitive because obviously they're friends. They're close friends too. Almost like childhood friends, I want to say. And the way literally that Hanjun can, the second lead, cannot stand a second away from her really, really bothers me. And it's either that or if she doesn't pick up a call, he gets really mad. Like, come on. Oh my god, chillax. Anyway, because I don't support any of the ships, it was quite difficult for me to continue watching the K-drama, but I stayed for Eunbin's visuals, obviously. Literally, if she wasn't in the K-drama, just like King's Affection, I would have quit the show literally from the first episode. Anyway, I feel like this is kind of one of those law K-dramas. Not that I've watched too many law K-dramas. I feel like the only ones I've watched is this one and It's Okay Not to Be Okay. But this one is mainly focused on one investigation rather than multiple investigations per episode, which is what It's Okay, which is what we always kind of like. I feel like there's pros and cons, but this one investigation sort of thing throughout the whole K-drama really gets you curious and has you thinking about the mystery itself, has you solving the mystery yourself. And I feel like this one is definitely for mystery lovers, not necessarily me, but if you do like mystery, this K-drama is definitely for you, as I've been saying. And I feel like I do like the one investigation because then it gives you one thing to focus on and they can really get into the details of the case. Yeah, so I was reading the comments as I'm doing and I was just trying to see what other people were thinking and they were trying to see who, oh yeah, also there was raping in it as well, so just know that, because the little girl, not little, like the high school girl, so take it out, the young girl, let's say that, yeah, and, why did I just spoil it here? I don't want to spoil it. Do I want to spoil it? Yeah, anyway, they spoiled it in the comments. So I was like, oh my god, really? And you know how if you get spoilers, you can't go back into thinking to your original state. You keep thinking, oh my god, it was this person. Oh my god, why is she acting like that? That's us. Yeah, I read the spoiler accidentally. I'm just kidding. I literally clicked, this comment may contain spoilers. And I was like, yup. And I was spoiled. Don't do that. I'm not going to spoil you because I feel like the mystery is definitely worth watching and I feel like it doesn't feel the same if someone's just telling it to you rather than you experiencing the whole thing too. Like 16 episodes? It's not bad. 16 hours. If you actually make it that way, it kind of seems bad. 16 hours of K-dramas? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. We're going back to it. I'm sorry, talking for an hour is not as easy as you would think, especially with no water. Literally 0 water. Oh my god. Okay. The next thing is... Okay, yeah. There's this part when the professor says, the things you see aren't the entire truth. And this line really, really resonated with me. And I don't know why I'm in such a philosophical mood when I'm watching K-dramas. But sometimes when these characters are saying these things over and over again, it really resonates with you and makes you think about philosophy. Like, the things you see aren't the entire truth. Like, it really resonates with the character too. You'll see later on of the professor's story, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's kind of ironic in a sense how she preached that as well. Yeah. It took a while for me to understand the entire plot and who actually killed her, who raped her, all of that is really, really difficult to tell. But usually it's like pretty self-explanatory, but for this one you have to do a little bit of thinking. And I don't know if I want to spoil this. You know, I'm not going to spoil it. Okay, if you want to watch the K-drama and you are planning to watch it and you don't want to know the spoilers, skip like 20 seconds. Okay, so basically the second male lead's dad raped the girl while he was drunk and he didn't know, and because he runs for the presidential election, to not reveal this to the public, the mom killed the almost dead girl who was crying for help, but she was like, oh, this is gonna ruin my husband's career, so she just killed her. Yeah, it's pretty deep. And this one is really hard to tell, and it's definitely not an easy story or easy K-drama to watch in the sense that it's lighthearted, but also it's got these deep elements, so I don't know how to like label this as. Anyway, yeah, how do I explain this K-drama? It's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, anyway, a lot of the law rules in this K-drama doesn't make sense and doesn't match up to reality. The fact that the female lead character is literally in the court acting as a judge in her own brother's case, even though she changed her last name, all of that, it's still unrealistic. Even though she's not technically his family anymore, it's just not okay. Like, that shouldn't really be okay or allowed in any sense, because in a court setting, the judges shouldn't have any relation to the criminal, essentially. Yeah. But I know I hated a lot of the characters, but the actors are really good. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, oh my god, it's such a bad show. No, the acting is very good. And all of them just portray emotion regarding their, like, characters really, really well. And I feel like it's just really deep because of the characters or the actors. And even though I hate the characters, the actors did a really good job. Because, you know, if you don't like a character, it probably means the actor did their job very well. Anyway, I really, really cried a lot with this K-drama too. Because there's a lot of flashbacks when you realize what actually happened. And then you go back into the flashbacks and see how much the female lead characters, or character, why did I say plural? Character faced so much pain, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It also it goes in hand in hand with, like, the ending and, like, who killed the girl. But when you go back into the K-drama, they give you little flashbacks. Those flashbacks are okay. Romance flashbacks are not okay. Anyway, when they give you flashbacks about the first time Cheongju is wearing, like, her law outfit, oh my god, it's just making me so sad. Yeah, that part's really sad, and I feel like I can't explain it without me spoiling again. And yes, oh my god, a lot of the things that I wrote down here have to do with the ending, though. Let me filter out all the spoilers. Oh, I love how they're all judges, but they live with their parents, dot dot dot. Yeah, that part was a little questionable, because literally they should be really rich, really successful, but they all live with their parents. It's just really funny. And I know I hated the second male lead initially, but it's just so sad, his ending, and it made me cry really hard. The fact that he's just glad that she's safe and happy even if it's without him, it's really upsetting. And even though I don't ship them as a ship, not at all, it's just really, really sad. They set him up, though. They made him seem like a predator. I'm just gonna say here, he didn't do anything well. But just, like, his character itself is very unlucky. Definitely wrong timing, right person, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. The show goes to a 180 to romance, like I said. This is the K-drama where in the last few episodes, they just only focus on romance, and it really surprised me. Starting from episode 30 and then up until 32, it's only romance. So if you hate romance, don't watch those scenes. I really had to get through it. You guys know I can't watch romance unless it's someone that I, like, a ship that I support. But this ship I did not support, and it's kind of funny because it focuses on romance a lot, but they never ended up dating. They never ended up, you know, confirming that they were dating. And a lot of people were mad about this because they actually shipped the ship. But I didn't really care. But they only kissed. Like, that was their, like... Or no, they didn't kiss. Oh my god, wait. My hands is blue. I should put on my blue light glasses. Anyway, they didn't even kiss, which is, like, kind of crazy. But, like, okay, that's kind of weird. You hyped it up all of... Okay. Not my friend being so attention-seeking. She's like... Uh-oh, what is the bad news? I'm really scared now. I feel like I have to read this. Oh my god. Am I wasting y'all's time? Okay, anyway, let's just finish this really quick. I'll go back to this later on. So yeah, the ending is very not so kind to a shipper. But let me know your thoughts. I'm curious because this is not really like a popular K-drama at all. Like I didn't even know this K-drama existed until I saw like a list of all the Bin dramas. And yeah, so if you watched it, let me know your thoughts. If you want to recommend me any K-dramas, please let me know. Maybe I'll watch them next year. I do have a lot of K-dramas that I still have to talk about. There's only 2. Well, I'm also gonna make a note maybe I'll make a note for Revel Up series, like Revel Up season 5, because it was so good. I was just watching the teasers and it just really brought me back to my Revel Up days, and it just felt really nostalgic. And seeing Red Velvet together, it just felt like I was back in my grade 7, grade 8 self. Because as you guys know, grade 8 me was just totally all for Red Velvet. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, I never rated Nothing to Lose or Judge versus Judge. Okay. 9 out of 10 if you exclude the romance, but if you put in the romance, like a 6 out of 10. Bye.